I've only been the commissioner for 5 years, 4 times, MVP, back-to-back. And since 2020, when we were in the bubble and I handed you your first one, I've admired the way you've led with grace.
jaWilson quits after receiving several bullying from her teammates after winning her 4th award. Please subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss out on any information. From the moment jaWilson first picked up a basketball, greatness seemed inevitable. At the University of South Carolina, she transformed into a powerhouse, shattering records and lifting her program into national prominence. Her transition to the professional stage was seamless. The WNBA quickly became her playground, and fans watched in awe as she dominated night after night. Winning championships, MVP titles, Defensive Player of the Year honors, and All-Star selections seemed routine for Wilson. By the time she captured her 4th major award, she wasn't just a superstar. She was being spoken about in the same breath as the greatest to ever play the game. But in this fictional narrative, Wilson's moment of triumph masked an unraveling reality behind closed doors. Success, as it turned out, carried a double-edged sword. Every award Wilson received earned cheers from fans and headlines in the press. But within the locker room, her spotlight cast shadows. A few teammates began to feel overlooked. Reporters rarely asked about their performances, and social media buzzed about Wilson's accomplishments while ignoring the crucial role of supporting players. At first, it was subtle, a side eye here, a sarcastic chuckle there. But whispers soon grew into conversations, and conversations became patterns of exclusion. Locker rooms often have natural groupings, rookies sticking together, veterans bonding over shared experiences. In Wilson's team, however, one clique began to position itself in opposition to her. They teased her behind her back, excluded her during team activities, and questioned whether she was really the glue holding the squad together. Some players complained she was too perfect, or that the coaching staff gave her special treatment. A star's life can look glamorous, but internally, Wilson began to feel increasingly alone. Success doesn't just attract attention, it magnifies every misstep. Wilson found that with every award came even heavier scrutiny. The media dissected her leadership, asking whether her dominance hurt team chemistry. Every time she missed a shot or appeared frustrated, critics framed it as proof of a widening gap between her and her teammates. The toxic mix of jealousy inside and constant pressure outside became exhausting. Wilson had mastered the physical side of basketball, but mentally, she was waging a private battle no one else could see. The turning point came during a high-stakes regular season game. The arena buzzed with energy, and Wilson was locked in. But after a turnover, one teammate made a mocking gesture directed at her. Cameras didn't catch it, but Wilson felt it like a dagger. When the final buzzer sounded, her team had won, but the victory was hollow. In the locker room, instead of celebration, she overheard cutting remarks questioning her leadership. For Wilson, it was the last straw. Determined to address the situation, Wilson called for a private meeting. She opened up. "I've given everything to this team, but I feel dismissed, isolated, and undermined. I can't keep playing under these conditions." Some teammates looked guilty, others deflected, and a few remained stone-faced. The apologies that came felt half-hearted. The divide remained. That night, Wilson realized she faced a choice: continue sacrificing her mental health for the sake of appearances, or walk away to preserve her well-being. Wilson's decision to quit sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Fans were blindsided. Social media exploded with disbelief and heartbreak. Analysts rushed to unpack the stunning announcement, calling it one of the most unexpected moments in WNBA history, even in this imagined universe. Some sympathized, praising her bravery in prioritizing mental health. Others criticized, suggesting she should have toughed it out. Regardless of opinion, everyone knew the league had lost a giant of the game. The franchise scrambled to contain the damage. Executives expressed regret, coaches admitted they hadn't seen the warning signs, and some teammates tried to downplay the bullying claims. But the story had already taken on a life of its own. Fans directed anger toward the players rumored to have been part of the bullying clique, calling them selfish and toxic. The locker room's fractures were no longer private. They were now a public scandal. Though she stepped away, Wilson's influence didn't vanish. Instead, it grew in a different direction. She became an outspoken advocate for mental health in professional sports, using her platform to demand better support systems for athletes. In interviews, she reframed her decision not as quitting, but as an act of courage. "I refuse to let a toxic environment define me. Basketball is what I do, not who I am." Her story inspired young players to speak out against harassment, favoritism, and silent bullying in team culture. What seemed like the end of a career became the start of a new movement. This imagined scenario highlights themes that echo beyond sports. Greatness can isolate. The brighter one person shines, the more others may resent it. Bullying isn't always visible. Subtle digs and exclusion can harm just as deeply as open hostility. Mental health matters. Choosing to walk away isn't weakness, it's strength. Organizations must step up. Coaches and leaders must foster environments where jealousy and division cannot thrive. In this retelling, Wilson may have left the court, but she didn't leave the game. She continued shaping basketball through mentorship, advocacy, and leadership outside the lines. Her departure became a turning point, forcing the WNBA, its teams, and its fans to confront how easily toxic dynamics can consume even the brightest of stars. And so, jaWilson's fictional quitting wasn't just about leaving the game she loved. It was about reclaiming her dignity, her peace of mind, and her future on her own terms.